All right, man, peace. You know, brothers, I caught this little press conference that Russell Westbrook had where he stated that he was blessed to not give a fuck. And I liked it because I've been blessed the same way. And I do believe that that is an asset that he has, but he has to be careful because there's a very thin line between not giving a fuck and lacking self-awareness. Sometimes you have to be aware of your shortcomings so that you can improve them. And do I fully believe him that he blocks out all of the outside noise? Of course not. Because we all have five senses for a reason, so that we can be aware of the outside stimuli that can affect who we are as people and can affect our future. It's just a facet of being a human being. But I do agree with him. That's a gift that he has, that he doesn't give a fuck. It allows him to be delusional enough to ascend to great heights. And in order for you to be a man to a certain degree, there do have to be times when you don't give a fuck. And you cannot allow idle-minded people or people who are not as gifted as you to affect you or to attempt to manipulate you in ways that will make them feel empowered. I've scrutinized Westbrook's game in the past and will continue to do so because he's very talented, but he does lack basketball IQ. And when he starts to come to terms with his shortcomings, that's when he'll become an even better player. So anyway, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
I've been blessed with the talent to not to give a so I don't
either, brother. I agree with you on that one.
Regardless of what happens, doesn't change where I live, doesn't change what I think, doesn't change anything. I have an unbelievable family, great friends, unbelievable life, unbelievable job, make a lot of money in my job, extremely blessed, thankful, humble, has been in trouble, don't cause no problems. I'm perfectly fine.
And that's great perspective. Good for you, brother. You also have two beautiful children.
I'm living the best life. I can't complain one bit. So he say, she say, what somebody say about me, what they say about shooting, passing.
Well, those are just facts, brother. I mean, let's be for real. You could build a whole nother great pyramid with all them damn bricks you throw up.
Passing, dribbling, I don't really care. Every year is something. They got to make up something about me, which is fine. It's good. One thing I always know is, if they're not talking about you, then you're not doing something right.
That's true.
I mean, how can you not love that? First Take Fam in the house, out here in Charlotte for NBA All-Star Weekend. Guys, you just heard Russell Westbrook living his best life. Ryan Holland's back here with us. Westbrook doesn't give AF Stephen A. You got a problem with these comments?
I do, because I don't think he's telling the truth.
Really?
Of course he's not telling the whole truth. He's telling the partial truth. Russell hears the outside noise. He's somebody who's very in tune with his environment. But I think that what he was basically trying to say is that you're not going to make me hate myself. And that's the attitude that he should have.
Let me tell you this. Russell Westbrook, I love Russell Westbrook. He's big time. And I love his assassin's mentality. And I just think it's one of those situations where sometimes that abrasive, acerbic kind of demeanor that he wears on his sleeve.
Only on the court, though.
While beneficial, here's what it can lead to. It can lead to you not making the modifications you might need to make from time to time.
Agreed.
He's not a perfect basketball player. He's phenomenal. He's great. He could be on my team any day of the week. But when he says he doesn't give a damn, I think that means he's going to go on no matter what.
Yeah.
And he's going to be that competitive. But in the same breath, he cares about it to some degree. I don't believe that. And I believe it's important to care just a little bit, just to make sure you modify some little things here and there to tweak your game. That's all.
I agree with that as well. And let me say this about Russell Westbrook. I think that he's shown a level of introspection to the point where he has modified his game and made sure that he has empowered Paul George to be the #1 offensive option on the team. So that is certainly reflective of a level of maturation that we have to give him credit for.
I mean, I'm confused with this. I mean, you gotta love...
Well, that's not uncommon. You're normally confused.
Love this because this is the way Russ has always been. He was the guy at UCLA who cut lines in his head. He was the same guy when nobody believed in him, when his only other scholarship was the Portland State. He signed to UCLA. I remember a young guy in the gym who was penciled in not to start. At the end of the year, Russell Westbrook ends up being the 4th pick in the NBA draft. I remember draft day, Stephen A. Max, you remember this draft day? He came out and said, guess what? I'm a point guard. When everybody said he was a combo, we didn't play in the NBA like that. You had to be a pure passing point guard to play the position. He changed the position. And what I'm confused...
Well, I'm not quite sure he changed the position. I think that his almost ethereal, non-pareil level athleticism made people reconsider what the point guard position could do, what it was capable of. But it's not like there are many other Russell Westbrooks coming down the pike. Now, of course, you have the kid out there in Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox, but I wouldn't even call him another Russell Westbrook, but you never know what he could become. Russell Westbrook has been a transformative player. I call him a force of nature. Until he shows me otherwise, he would show me otherwise by raising his basketball IQ. But at 30 years old, how much really is he going to grow from here? I mean, we'll find out. I just think that they're going to have to add much more shooting around him as he gets older and less explosive.
Used about is a guy who's essentially averaged a triple-double. A triple-double for the last 5 years is not an MVP candidate?
Hell no.
That confuses me. Because Paul George, you like Paul George, but Paul George wouldn't be Paul George without what Russell Westbrook is doing.
Westbrook's having a great season. Look, Westbrook sometimes takes ill-advised shots, and he's not a good shooter. That's really the problem.
Well, pretty much any shot outside of a dunk or layup for Russell Westbrook is an ill-advised shot.
The problem. Everything else, all the armchair psychology is nonsense. This man, like everything he said just then, if you hate him...
That's a bit of a shot at Colin Cowherd. He said the armchair psychology is nonsense.
Hate on Westbrook, that's a you problem. I mean, this dude puts out, of every professional athlete in the world on a high level, no one, I can't even say anyone puts out the same effort as Westbrook.
Never.
Yeah.
Right, but how much are we going to reward Westbrook? This is a rewards-based business, professional sports. So after a while, it's not about how much effort you put out, it's about how intelligently you're playing. Because smart beats hard every time.
It's all effort, all the time, always in attack mode, and then he says that. He says, I'm blessed to be able to be in this great position. I do my best. I try my hardest.
It's a you problem. Well said, Max.
You hate on Westbrook.
Charlotte, tomorrow we are back here.
But anyway, that's basically it on that. I did like what Russell Westbrook said there. I just hope that he balances it out with incremental growth, as we all should. So peace.